It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? It's if you think you're going to just go in there and shed 100 pounds, it's not overnight, but showing up consistently every single day and putting in the work, you will get a lot further in this, in a business, in entrepreneurship, than just being smart or being lucky or whatever. So, yeah, a lot of adversities there, consistency.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. Listen, I'm excited to be here today. And I know I normally say that, and I'm still excited. I'm a little nervous, too. I mean, y'all see this good-looking guy here. Listen, he's a professional. I told him, listen, don't come for my job. Like, he's the guest here. I'm the host. And we're gonna have to draw that fine line. But no, I'm just messing. This gentleman here, I'm so excited to have him on. I'm gonna let him, of course, let him tell you about his story. But he's in a multifamily game. Has built just a fantastic business. I love the origin story, and hopefully he's gonna give us a little bit origin story of how he got started and kind of what led him here. And I hope he's privileged enough to do that for us. But I want to take a moment to introduce you guys to Mr. Reed Goossens. I want you to take us into your journey. I want you to tell us what your main focus is these days. Of course, if you want to tell us the origin story about, kind of how you got started, I'm sure people would love to hear that. And then also tell us what market you're in and like where you at in the world. So, Mr. Reed, sir, the floor is yours.
Thanks, mate. And Quinton, great to be on the show, and hello to all the listeners. Yeah, my name is Reed Goossens, and I'm the CEO and founder of RSN Property Group. And just in quick 30-second pitch, we buy multifamily assets across the country. We're in 6 different MSAs: Phoenix, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Atlanta, Greenville, South Carolina, and we just broke into Fayetteville, North Carolina. My southern accent, as you can hear, is clearly I'm not from this country. I moved here in 2012 to chase a girl, and the good news is she's now my wife, and we have a kid. So as I said to everyone, I've got the dog, I've got the mortgage, I've got the wife. I've got a green card, so we're all good. But I moved to this country not to start multi. I moved to this country to really just to live in New York City, actually. And I'm not calling in from New York City. I do live in Los Angeles, California, the Sunshine State. But it was really just to live abroad for a period of time and be curious. I'd lived abroad before, and I actually met my now wife, but at the time girlfriend, backpacking through Europe back in the day. And so I just moved to this country without a job. I door knocked until I got one, and then quickly rolled into realizing what this multifamily game was. It's a very unique asset class to America or the United States. We do not have this in Australia. It's not in Europe. You can't go out and buy 200 units in Australia. You just can't do it. It's a very unique asset class to the US. So, for those people listening, understand what you've got access to is sort of, it may take someone like a foreigner like me to sort of show you, but yeah, my real shtick is like, I'm down to earth guy. Yes, I'm Australian, but if I can move here and make it happen, so can the average bear. So, yeah, that's a bit of the pitch and about who I am.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Man, thanks for the brief education. I did not know that. I did not know multifamily was something that unique to being here. I did not know this. This is the first time I'm hearing that. So I thank you for that little piece.
Hmm.
You learn something new every day. You kind of buried the lead. I didn't know you got the girl too, man. I didn't know you
She's
got
got the ring. We got the ring on the finger, man.
man. So that's so many things are going sweet for you, man. So you're literally living the American dream. And
That's
so
right.
thank
That's right.
yeah, man. Thank you so much for sharing. I want to pick your brain a little bit about strategies, right? I would love to know some core business strategies that you have identified that has helped you along the way. But I also would like to know some core personal strategies that you have too that helps you out in life, helped you out in your journey. I know some people is fitness, some people is meditation, but just put in some core personal and core business journeys that you have identified to help you.
I think core business. So as I mentioned earlier, we're a value add multifamily owner and operator, right? So we buy big apartment communities, rehab them, raise money, sell them.
Yeah.
But from just the core, I think being it's a little bit cliche, but it's never too big enough to continue to learn, right? Like I didn't know the business when I moved here. I educated myself. I'm a self-educated. Like, yes, I studied civil engineering and I used that degree to help me get to where I am today, but didn't go to real estate school. I'm self-educated, but that, but like, what skill set do you have? And that's the skill set that I had with engineering that was able to get me into a job to learn and be paid the most amount of money to learn the business I wanted to be in. So regardless of if it's real estate or whatever you want to get into, what skill sets do you have today that you can open doors with? And that's really important for the listeners. And I think that's a core. Also then going into, I'm constantly learning about new things, constantly being curious, I think is a really good core discipline. And then the other thing is about being, I'm very much a numbers guy. I'm not a owner operator who sort of just delegates and forgets. Like, I'm in the weeds. Like, it's my business, it's my baby. I have to be. So
Yeah.
caring about other people's money, caring about how the deals perform, it all boils up to me because buck stops with me. So there are a couple of responsibilities and integrity is all probably related in and around that. In terms of personal stuff, fitness is a big one, but even bigger than that, sleep. Prioritizing sleep is a very big. If you don't prioritize sleep and you think you can just get through life on 6 hours of sleep a night, like I'm about to turn 40, I can't stress how important sleep is regardless of your age, coupled with fitness, coupled with nutrition, coupled with meditation and journaling. If you can do half of those things right all the time in a consistent basis, you're going to be able to tackle the days and the challenges of building any business head on, because you wake up with the right mindset and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you, man. Thank you so much for sharing. And I mean, you hit on so many key things that really I hold dear. And sleep is one of those. And I'm not trying to talk about being lazy. I'm talking about literally
No.
resetting, right? Like resting in the fact that you worked hard and being able to rest and reset. And so
That's
you are it took me I took 2024 to really scale back and learn what it means to rest. And
Yeah.
so I read this book called Essentialism. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it,
No,
but it's like,
never
yeah,
heard of
so it's a book called Essentialism, a great book. And it talks about being essential, knowing the things you're going to say hell yes to, knowing the things you're going to say hell no to, and really being essential about those things. And so I had to trim a lot of the fat. I had to really slow down in 24 to be more effective, to be more focused. And I learned how to rest. I learned how to take days off. I learned how to be present with
Mhm.
my wife. present with my
Yep.
family, right? And
Yep.
so,
Yep.
so nah, man, I hear you loud and clear. You said so many things that
That's
just
and
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
and just to follow on to that, like little things like social media and how much of that's a suck. Like I do not use social. I don't go try to not go on social media Monday to Friday. Like it's, yes, I use my computer and my emails and all that sort of stuff. But back to the sleep thing, it's as you prepare to go to rest and turn the brain off, it's not being on your phone. It's like I'm an avid reader, but I'm not a great reader.
Yeah.
But I still read physical books because I want to be able to get the body into that state of we're going to calm down and we're going to rest and we're going to go to sleep, and then so I can get up the next day to tackle the day. So yeah, man, a whole lot of stuff in there that we could unpack. We could probably spend the whole podcast just talking about that. But yeah, no, it's important. Look, it's important. That stuff's important because you can't then go out and there's always going to be a mountain to climb, regardless of entrepreneurs, people listening to this show. We always, I've been doing this for over a decade. There's still more mountains for me to climb. There's always going to be a mountain to climb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
if it's a marathon, not a sprint, and having those essentials that you talk about, sleep, health, fitness, being present with your family, that's what makes the journey so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have a saying, and I say it a lot on this podcast. When you know who you are, you know what to do. Somebody
100%.
told me that like years ago, and that has really changed my life. Like I want to know who I am, that way I know what to do in any given situation. In a business deal, I know how to lead from integrity and honesty. When it turn off, when it be present with my family, when I know who I am, I know what to do in every situation. So getting in touch and grounded with who you are is a big thing, and that's why I love asking that question. And I'm so glad that you answered it with just authenticity and transparency. And I really, really appreciate you for that.
My pleasure.
You have a quick question. Now, you say you are about to be 40. So is the birthday coming up in December?
Next year. Next
Oh,
year.
okay, gotcha, okay.
Next year.
Gotcha, okay.
It's that's also as a whole, it screws with your mind. Oh my gosh, I still feel like I'm 25. Like what the hell? Like I was born in '86, and I'm still only 32, right? Like just
Right, man. I hear you. And then when your body, well, I don't know. We're probably a little bit different. I'm really back on my health kick. I've lost over 100 pounds twice in my
That's
life,
awesome.
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm back at it because, like you said, it starts with the mindset. When you're not properly feeding your mind the right way, your body follows your mind. And got into some things I was facing, was scared to confront it, kind of regressed in the way that I thought, my mindset. But I'm back at it. So, but no, but you're absolutely right. So I was about to say, you talk about the body. Sometimes your body still remember when you were younger, but your mind remembers when you were younger, but your body's
your body doesn't. Yeah.
Slow down a little bit. So
Yeah, we've all got that niggle that's starting to creep around. Getting out of bed and every morning gets a little harder, but
yes, sir.
Yes. So
You pull a muscle yawning. You're like, wait a minute, I was just yawning. What is going on? So it's all kind of crazy
exactly.
stuff.
I put my neck out by sleeping too hard.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's amazing, man. But yeah, we got to take care of our body because we only got one body, right? And so I appreciate you saying that. I love when people just continue to plant that seed. Your health is your wealth, and we can mean that financially, but we can also just mean just with life, with the experience of life. Your health is your wealth, and so man, you've been building this for 10 years. I'm sure you faced some type of adversity as you was going through the building process. And so I would love to know, what kind of adversity have you faced? And I'll tell you why I asked, because, there's a journey to success. I just don't want to show people the success. I want to show them like, no,
100%.
there's a natural progression to success. So have you faced any adversity? Yeah.
Of course. There's been a lot of adversities, and I think it's, one of the biggest ones when you're getting started. And I don't know what the range in which your audience is listening to this is. That it goes back to that saying I said before. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? It's back to the fitness thing. Like if if you think you're going to just go in there and shed 100 pounds, like as you just mentioned before, that takes time, right? It's not overnight that happens. And if you go in and thinking that this is going to be an overnight thing, then you're going to probably give up a lot quicker than if you sort of go in thinking, okay, this is more of a 10-year horizon.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And I think that's important, right? And, you can be smart, you can be naturally talented, but showing up consistently every single day and putting in the work, you will get a lot further in this, in a business, in entrepreneurship, than just being smart or being lucky or whatever. So there's been a ton of adversities, like where, I think we'll get into it, but, the multifamily real estate, commercial real estate industry is going through a recession right now, and, pricing is resetting. There's been a lot of bumpiness along the way. It's a good time to be investing, but do I have deals that I purchased that I wish I didn't, looking back on it? Yeah, sure I do. And that causes, some sleepless nights and stuff like that. But there's gonna be that in the world of making bets and investing and trying to build something from scratch. And so no one ever has 100% success record. I think that's another thing you gotta understand. And the adversity thing, back to sort of, when I talk about the skill sets, like,
Yeah.
if you want to go out and achieve something, everyone always asks me, what's that first step I need to take? And, how do I get here? It's like, well, the first step is like looking at could you be paid the most amount of money in the corporate world or wherever you are to learn the business and get paid at the same time. That's the ideal scenario. Now, not everyone's in that, lucky to have that crossover of skill sets, but, most people have a skill set that can be used in the business that they want to go out and start. And it's just about like gaining that experience in real time. So, a lot of adversities there, consistency, the market being the market is a really big one. But I think there's also a lot of opportunities there as well.
Yeah. I love how, and you said this twice, and you talking about like you're sure people have a skill set that's going to help them, right? Everybody's skill set is different, but somebody has a skill set that's going to help them. And I like to say destiny has no wasted moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is through your life, as you pick up different skills, a lot of those skills you can use to zero in on what you're trying to build, what you're trying to grow. And I know you talked about engineering, right? Like the way you're wired, the way you process it, the way you process, you can use that when it comes to real estate. You're looking at numbers, when you're analyzing things. And so please hear Reed very clearly, people, like you have a skill set that you have acquired over the years that is going to help you where you are right now. Just tap into it. Like
Yep.
use your superpower. It's right there. I tell people all the time, responsibility is your ability to be able to respond. You have an ability to respond the way you respond. Some people it's mathematically. Some people you are good at creating partnerships and building relationships. Find your skill, know you got it inside you, and respond accordingly based on your ability. That way you don't get stuck. You get out of this fixed mindset and you get into a growth mindset.
And look, no one's ever born with 10 years experience in any industry, right? Like everyone starts at zero, and we all have been there. So just know that. And you're not different to anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, and so you can still use the same basic tools, i.e. skill sets, to then build something great.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it, man. Listen, Mr. Reed, what's the next real goal for you? Like, what are you looking to solve or scale next? What's the next
Yeah,
real
look,
goal?
we're starting a new vertical in the company. We're actually looking, so we've got real estate as our bread and butter. We want to keep buying real estate, but part of the issue with real estate, with a syndication private equity firm is you're constantly looking for equity in because if you have equity, you can go buy deals, right? If you don't have equity, you can't go buy deals. The business doesn't grow. So we're pivoting, adding another vertical, think of like a stool. So not just having one leg. A stool doesn't stand up with one leg. We're looking to add a second and a third leg, and we're actually looking to go and acquire CPA firms.
Okay.
CPA firms, because they have a lot of cross opportunities with real estate investing, with the tax benefits involved with real estate investing. So we think there's a lot of potential investors that could be in that space. But
Yeah.
also, it's buying from mom and pop owners and then using technology to enhance operations, to grow top line revenue, to grow cash flow for our investors. So it's not always having to be reliant upon an industry when it's going through a bit of a recession, that you can still keep the business humming along in good times and in bad. And that goes to having a little bit more of a business ecosystem, I like to talk about, where it's
Sure.
not solely reliant upon one thing, but it is sort of under the umbrella of private equity, real estate, whatever you want to, raising capital.
Yes, sir. No, I understand you with that business ecosystem. And I love how you're talking about, acquiring new firms. I love just the way you talking. It seems to me, even just with us talking, that you value real relationships. And so I want to pick your brain a little bit when it comes to relationship building.
Mhm.
Has relationships really impacted you and your business
Of
in a positive
course.
way?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, of course, 100%. And like, I started a podcast 10 years or more than 10 years, 2014. Yeah, like I've been in the podcasting space a long time, right? Talking to folks like yourself, interviewing people, and being real. And I've been raised, never have your head in the clouds, down to earth, integrity. I'm pretty also forward with vulnerability, right? When you're vulnerable
Sure.
with people, and say, hey, look, yeah, I can. There's no, try and check those egos at the door, because we all have, when you approach a relationship like that, and people can really see that you're genuine, and that sort of cuts through the BS, and you can get to a win-win, or whatever, a business relationship, whatever it might be that you're trying to develop. But you can sort of cut through that quickly.
Yeah.
But that comes with, that doesn't just happen overnight. It comes with time and getting to know one
Yeah.
another.
Yeah. No, I love that. Vulnerability, using your vulnerability as a superpower is one of the greatest things you can harness, right? Because when you understand that you can give somebody the gift of your vulnerability, because you don't have to give it, but when you give it, it does break down so many different walls. It allows people to connect on a real kind of like human like level. And so even in business, we're building relationships, lead with vulnerability, lead with transparency, leading with honesty. It can streamline you and cut through all the BS and really get that right down to the heart of the matter. Like, hey, can we? Is this a partnership? Can the two walk together? Can we really do this together?
Yep.
And if not, we just say, hey, it was great meeting you. Let's stay in contact. Maybe we revisit this in the future, but for right now, we'll just leave it like it is. And so I'm with you. Vulnerability is a great thing, and I'm glad you found that within your systems and with the way you process too that it works for you as well.
Great. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, Reed, listen, I gotta tell you, man, this has been fantastic. If someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, partner with you, collaborate, how can they reach out to you, sir?
Easiest way to do it is you can email me. It's Reed, REED, at rsnpropertygroup.com. You can also head to the website, rsnpropertygroup.com. You can follow me on all the socials. It's just Reed Goossens, REEDGOOSSENS. Australian guy in real estate in the US. It's pretty unique little niche there. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Hit me up if you're ever in Los Angeles. You want to go grab a beer or a coffee and talk shop. Just hit me up anytime.
Beautiful. Mr. Reed, sir, man, I gotta really say sincerely, thank you. Thank you for your time, of course. Thank you for your stories. You're a pretty good storyteller. And I measure so many different things up in story. I think nothing in this world moves without story. I actually stole that from Kobe Bryant. I heard Kobe Bryant say that, and I was like, man, that's so true.
Yeah.
Everything has a story. Everything around us, the wall, the floor, the buildings that we in, the microphones that we use. everything has a storyline to it. So thank you for your story. You're an incredible storyteller. And then most of all, thank you for your perspective, man. Thank you for the way you think, the way you process. I really believe that you left a lot of nuggets here that really can shift people's mindset if they really tap in. And so thank you so much, Reed. Appreciate you, sir.
And back at you, man. Doing a great job there, and just encourage everyone who's listening to try and take some action if you can, and keep tuning into Quinton's show.
Appreciate you. Well, listen, y'all heard Mr. Reed. Y'all heard him. Come on, man. Y'all, you just heard what he just said. So you got to make sure that you are subscribed because I promise you, we're going to continue to bring incredible people just like Mr. Reed, and you do not want to miss out. So, Mr. Reed, sir, I got to thank you again. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.